had to keep my word. I had to keep my word, you know, and come out. That's what we do.
Of course, we gotta support each other.
We gotta support each other. We gotta keep our word, make our word born. You know, so I'm happy to hear that you starting your little thing, you know, beyond the plate.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's about time, Black man. I told you I was going to do something because you know what? I realized that there comes a point in your life that you need to reinvent yourself, recreate yourself, you know, do something new. Although it may seem a little foreign and you may be a little doubtful about it, because you're going to be going into an area that you're not too knowledgeable going into. So
yeah, trial and error.
So you're a little bit skeptical and you have your doubts, but I'm a firm believer that once you put your best foot forward and you apply yourself into something, that
sure.
it pans out. You know, as long as you stay dedicated to the craft or the task that you decided to get into, it pans out one way or another. But the beauty of it, and why I like this forum so much, is that I believe that even like yourself, you know, you're my first guest, and again, I appreciate you coming through.
Your first guest?
You're my first guest.
Wow. At the same time, yo, man, we here, man. We're going to get stuck. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be bumps and bruises along the way. But, you know, like we always said, man, we all we got, man. Like at the end of the day, we all we got, man. Like, when you really look at it, man, like, you know, it's not too many people, man, and like that's still here to be able to, you know, come to somebody's house, spend a night at somebody's house, you know, have fun, relax. You know, when somebody say, yo, su casa es mi casa, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, man. Like, to me, like, that's real. You know, and like, even though, like, your thing is beyond the plate, I want to know a little bit more about, you know, what beyond the plate is about. And I also want to go into what running the streets is about, because a lot of times people look at running the street as being something negative.
Now, running the street is something that you had started some time ago. Well, actually, the concept, I remember when we was up top.
That's right.
And you came up with that concept. I remember when we was in the mess hall. Actually,
That's right.
I think where we was at. I don't remember where we was at.
We was in Mount McGregor.
In Mount McGregor at that
That's
time.
when we first met. You talking about like over 10, 12 years ago,
right,
man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
like, you know, no, but I'm saying, but the real shit, you know what I'm trying to say, Mo, is this. But like, man, even though, like, when we up top and we meet people and people talk, you know what I'm saying, talk that talk, man, we're going to meet up, we're going to do this and do that. How many people do you really see, man? How many people are we really in contact with?
Do you really link up with?
Yeah, how many people
really
do you
follow
really
that through? Right,
Hold
exactly. So, but you know what? Something that I feel that, like the whole concept of beyond the plate pretty much derives from. It's a bit of a story, you know, and I'm gonna take you on this little journey. So I remember growing up as a kid, you know, and I grew up, you know, late '80s, early '90s. I'm talking about when now I'm as a child out in the street, fending for myself, you know, engaging in illegal activities, and you know,
like
just trying to eat.
That's
you
right.
know, and I remember that the plate was an essential tool.
That's what I want to know. Yeah,
hear me out. The plate was an essential tool for us, you know, to develop our economic, you know, situation, and to either feed ourselves, put clothing on our back, or to be able to do things that we weren't necessarily accustomed doing because we didn't have the necessary finances to fund those little things, you know. So we were working off the plate, if you know what I mean. We were using that work to chop it up, and we were doing that on the plate.
Yeah.
But now we're going beyond the plate. So now I'm going to fast forward. We're no longer putting illegal substances on our plates.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're
no longer feasting from illegal substances, eating or feeding our families, you know, or maintaining our lifestyle, right? Or maintaining our lifestyle with those sort of ingredients that we were using back then. So now here we are. Fast forward. Now we're nurturing ourselves. You know, we're funding our lifestyles. And we're doing what we need to do with legal things, you know, because we've evolved.
So
Because
what's
we
some
was
of the
kids.
things- so
Remember
what's some
when
of
we
the
met
things
up? When we met up,
We was kids.
we was kids,
Or young adults.
young adults. You know,
We was in
still
our 20s, early 30s. shit
right,
like
but
that.
still with that mindset that, you know what, maybe I could take another crack at it. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I might could probably give it one more run. That's how I was thinking. And I, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I did give it some more runs. You know, but I put my money into good things.
Yeah, it happens though.
So
Because it ain't no spooky God, you know what I'm saying? We don't believe in that spooky stuff, man. We try to do stuff, man, to make something happen, man.
Right.
You know, so I definitely feel you with, you know, when you talking about beyond the plate.
So that's where the concept came from. But initially, I was thinking of doing something that was culinary. You know, working with food because you know I had a restaurant some time ago.
I remember that. That's right.
But I think that it wouldn't have been as important knowing that the way my travels in life, you know, where I come from or where I've been, I think I have something that I can have a little more profound effect on the youth of today, you know, or even some adults, because even, you know, just because somebody's older than you doesn't mean that they're your elder.
That's right.
So, we have a story to tell. I have a story to tell, you know, that I think that people could gravitate to, people could relate to, but not also that, you know, I've been successful in a lot of my business endeavors, and you know, so this is another area that I would like to tap in, because this is like, you know, I've came from nothing.
This is just like another one of your,
because this one thing,
your ways where you could contribute and give back to the community.
absolutely,
Give back to the youth.
and by having guests that been through similar experiences as I have, and that can share their experiences with the masses, so that we could gain insight on
how we could
prosper, but not
fall back.
not as an individual. Because if you know exactly, because you know what, it's funny. This kills me. I go on YouTube and I see people. I got a rollie, I got chain, this and that or whatever. But you know what? Niggas that was there from the beginning, when you ain't have nothing, when you was in that fucking mess hall, when you could break bread with your fellow brother, you know what I'm saying, or you could break bread with your fellow brother was a crackhead soup, or yo, bring your bowl, I got a sazon, I got the corned beef, you know what I'm saying? But now
you got that jack, man.
Right? But it's funny when once
you got
people
that jack, man. You know about that jack,
bowl, black man. I'm bringing my bowl.
That's real talk,
right?
Because that's how we survive.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy?
Jack, man.
But you know what's crazy is that fast forward, when people start to gain financial independence and people start making a little money, they don't bring those people with them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They don't, you know, they those people are then lost and forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Picture me in the Audi, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna pick my man up because he needs to have his own, and I need to stunt on my own.
Nah,
you know, I need to ride by myself.
I remember
you see what I'm saying?
Son, I remember when you got that Audi. I was riding with you in the Audi.
Right.
Before you got that Audi.
Right.
So no, I could definitely identify with that, man. And like that's what's up, man. To be able to go back and, you know, do it with, like, share it with some of the people that you started out with, man. Especially when, you know what I'm saying, especially when we was up top, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Very important, man, because a lot of people, they talk that talk. Even when we hear it in the hip hop community, people who've been to jail, they've been up top, or they've been to the feds and stuff like that, and they meet people along the way, they don't never go back for some of those guys.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
And those are people that need help.
And those are the people that need the help.
You know,
but I want to know more about, you know what I'm trying to say, how did you come up with I'm not going to say the concept, or I'm not going to say, how did you come up with Beyond the Plate? Because I've been knowing you for some time.
Right.
I've been knowing you for some years. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I've been home personally, I've been home like 11 years. So we knew each other before the 11 years. So we're just going to say 11 years right there.
But we've known each other for like 20 at least.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? Total. You know what I'm trying to say?
At
So,
least.
but like when we was vibing and kicking it, when we was up top, and we used to talk about all the things we was going to do when we come home and all that. You know what I'm trying to say? I want to know one of the things that, how did you come up with that name, Beyond the Plate? I want to know, and you know, just for your listening audience, you know, and like your viewers and people who subscribe to your channel and stuff like that. I want them saying, I want you to really, you know, really stay focused and talk to the people about what does beyond the plate, like how do you define that for you as an individual, man, where other people can grasp on and, you know, pay attention to? Because I know you have something to give, I know you have something to offer, but let's, you know what I'm saying, let's deal with the people and give the listening audience what does beyond the plate means.
Right.
Go into that. Speak about that a little.
Let me say this. I'm going to draw a parallel here. Beyond the plate, I remember going to sleep hungry. Horrible feeling.
Yeah.
I remember those days. You know,
that's real.
But I'm gonna step aside from that, and I'm gonna say first, yo, this shit is like crazy therapeutic even for me, because these are things. These are things that when you're when you out in society, you know, and you're just, you know, going through your everyday life, it's fun. I'm gonna say this actually, the things that I've been able to accomplish, it's a blessing. But you know what? If
you came home with nothing, right?
Nothing.
I'm talking about but if I'm saying like, did you have anything like waiting for you? Did you have like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 when you came home?
No, I came home with a little bit of money because I was hustling.
You had zero? No, I'm talking about when you walked out of the prison doors.
What I had on my back. What I had on my back.
So $40.
My bus ticket and my $40 whatever dollars. I came home with a little bit of money, but not thousands in abundance. Where I could, you know, open up a business or anything like that. No,
$40 in that bus ticket.
No. So I've been to bed hungry prior to incarceration. I don't know if a lot of the experiences that I encounter prior to incarceration is what led me to engage in the activities that I was involved with to ultimately land me in prison.
Yeah. And that's not important right now, but we just talking about the things that you had to do or the things that you did that led you to your incarceration. But like again, and I can identify personally, I can identify with it, but we want to talk specifically beyond
the plate. And that's what I was getting at. But I'm going to take you in a circle, because you know the plate is a sphere. It's a cipher.
Yeah,
it's a circle.
Yeah.
No,
I follow
it's
you.
It's a never ending. It's a circle.
Because it's not like, okay, beyond the plate, you're talking about a plate of food.
Right. But think about this. But I'm going into mathematics right now. Because life is a circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The world is a circle. You know what I'm saying? What started...
You talking about 360.
What started is, you know what I'm saying, is going to return back to its original form. And the whole thing behind the plate is that, you know what?
But what's that plate, black man?
The plate, okay, you're stuck on the plate.
But this is for your listening audience.
I understand what you're saying. I understand.
Because I'm like your listener, because look, I'm a fan.
I understand.
I'm a fan of Beyond the Plate. So, you know, just like how I want to know, it's other people that want to know too. Because...
I understand.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand that.
So,
and I'm getting there.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about, black man. Come on.
So the plate is a sphere. It's a circle.
Circle.
It's 360 degrees
all day.
To a plate.
That's right. That's right.
Aside from there being square plates now, because they are square plates.
But if you go around,
but it's a
circle. Though. So it's like the square circle.
Now check this out. So the premise, the objective, and what I want to convey, and my mission is to say that, you know what? Life is a cycle, you know, and it doesn't mean that you need to return or you need to continue doing what you grew up doing or what you or what you only know how to do.
Oh, so you saying that your plate was empty then? You saying like when you was growing up, your plate was empty because you went to bed hungry.
My plate was empty.
Your plate was empty. Oh, so it's beyond.
It's beyond the plate.
The plate being empty.
My plate was empty.
So now
when it was full, when it was full, remember we used to use, black man, you was out on them streets. You was out on them streets.
I feel you.
you was out, you was cutting up work on the plate.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That was essential too.
Yeah.
Right? So you was eating
So you
for whatever product you had on that plate. You was eating from that.
So it's beyond all of that.
Now we going beyond that. We going beyond that.
Now we getting somewhere. So we get beyond all that.
Right.
Cutting up work.
Right.
Bagging up work.
But now we're putting a different substance on that plate.
On that plate.
We going beyond.
What, like real estate? We talking about what businesses?
Financial freedom.
Financial freedom.
Generational wealth. Education.
All right, got you.
Your family.
So it's beyond.
Your children.
Got you. No, it makes sense now. See,
It
it's
makes
coming
sense
together
now?
now. Yeah, no, it's coming together. Yeah, it's coming together.
Are we there?
Now I'm starting to see it. Black man,
We getting there?
I gotta act.
Okay.
Because you know what? Once you start going live,
Right.
your viewers is gonna start calling in and gonna want to know these questions. No. So I see it. No, I got you. No, it makes sense.
Right. So essentially, you know, and this is what's crazy, and I'm gonna bring it full circle. You know, which is the diameter of a plate. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring it full circle, and that's the thing that, you know what? Just because listen, when I went to Uptown, I was a child.
Yeah.
Me
too. Yeah, I was a kid.
Listen, I turned 14 years old 6 months prior to me being sentenced to 2 9 to life concurrent terms to life.
Yeah.
All I knew was the street.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
That's all I knew.
Yeah, same with me.
You see what I'm saying?
I went away when I was like 20. I think I was like 21.
Okay.
And I was sentenced to like 8 to 30 to 25, and I blew trial to a robbery. But I definitely hear what you're saying. But like you was much younger than me.
Right. So that's all I knew. You see what I'm saying? You know, I was a product of my environment.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not. But hear me out. So fast forward my bid, 17 joints later.
Yeah.
Here it is. How the fuck
came out as an adult?
As an adult, right? And been grinding legally. Owned.
Yeah, same here.
To date, I've owned 9 homes.
No, I
you know what I'm saying?
That, yeah.
9 investment properties.
No, because I remember that. Yeah.
I opened up a restaurant.
Yeah, I remember that too.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've been able to travel.
So that's beyond the plate as far as you growing up in poverty. That's beyond the plate as far as you growing up hungry.
So we're stepping away from things that, you know, influenced us, you know, in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Those influences and those experiences that we experiences, you leave them there, you put them in the back of your mind. You know, you use that as fuel to motivate you, to compel you to the next level, which takes you beyond the plate. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that now we're not using illegal substances to eat, to feed our families.
You know, we positive stuff,
right? But it's not only we definitely doing positive stuff, but we're spreading the nutrition, the mental. You know what I'm saying? We spreading that knowledge. We spreading that information.
Giving back to the community.
We're giving back to the community.
Somehow.
We're employing people.
So
now.
It still doesn't matter if you are from, because you grew up where?
I grew up in the Bronx.
You grew up in the Bronx.
In the Bronx on Bryant Avenue.
So you was up in the Bronx.
172nd.
So we talking about going
and
beyond.
I grew up in Manhattan. Between 110th between Broadway and Amsterdam and Broadway. I went to school at Booker T. Washington, which was on 105th in Manhattan.
So that's on the east side.
Nah, that's west side.
That's west side.
So, see, but all of those things, you know, what people don't, some people do really.
But can you be talking about, when you're talking about beyond the plate? See, because I'm trying to grasp the concept.
Right.
Just because you grew up in the Bronx and Manhattan, do you want to take this further to other states and other cities and other places where other young people like yourself grew up?
Well, first of all, let me say this, right? Even, you know, experiencing what we're experiencing right now at this very moment, I'm still uncomfortable doing. Because I'm always been an introverted type. You know, I stick to the my peoples. You know, I do my thing. need to take your ringer off. How about that? So that we could
that
knock
was
this. Because every time you do that, you fucking up the flow.
You know what?
Yeah.
And the flow may get. But what I'm saying
you
is
see what
this.
I'm saying? You think it's a joke?
But I'm saying it's this, black man.
When you have a blur on your face, when I edit this shit, you have a blur on your face.
You gotta like that check.
This
you gotta like that check in.
They keep motherfucking hindering operation and for things running smoothly. This nigga got blurred right now.
No. This is real talk, man. This is real talk. When you're trying to put, information and content out there to the listening audience, everybody don't really hear things and understand it like how
you do.
You and I do. You know what I'm trying to say? So sometimes you probably got to ask it in a different way so people can, understand what you're saying. So that's why I say that. I want you to extend yourself.
I am. And that's the whole whole premise.
Keep extending yourself. Keep sharing. Because the world needs to know what you went through as an individual.
Right.
The world needs to know what I've been through as an individual. So I'm in the same boat. I'm just extending myself.
Right.
That's all.
Exactly.
I can identify. So if you have a young person who went to sleep hungry, right? Didn't have no food to eat, and he can identify with your story,
right?
And if he can learn something from your story,
right?
As far as how you just made a way for yourself,
right?
As far as you just trying to do something better for yourself,
right?
What I'm saying, like what I'm gathering from Beyond the Plate, is that you want those individuals to take what you have extended or shared,
of course,
and learn from it.
Absolutely.
So that they won't have to walk in the same footsteps that you walk.
Of course, absolutely.
You understand what I'm trying
Especially
to say?
the younger generation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Especially the younger generation, because I think they're so easily influenced these days, and especially with the hip hop and rap culture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's evolved. I remember there was a point in time when I was growing up, something we listened to was what? Conscious rap. Conscious rap. You know what I'm saying?
And you don't see that no more.
Absolutely
You don't see that no more.
Okay, and who controls the distribution? Who controls what the fuck is said and what's able to be out there for the masses?
Real talk.
We know.
Real talk.
We know who do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's like in a lot of us is right under our noses. Our masculinity, our knowledge of self, all our history is being taken from under us, right under our noses, because you know what? As they're supplementing a nice video with
girls,
the girls, the fat asses bling. Yo, you know what? You sell some
money,
powder. You gonna do this? You gonna
some of that shit's not even
and
real.
it's a facade.
It's a facade.
It's a fucking facade.
Yeah, it's a facade.
So these people are disillusioned, by even the music that they listen to today, but they don't know any better. They glorify it, they emulate it, they on the block, they don't have a course of action, a plan, or anything, how to execute, or they don't even know where the fuck they trying to go.
And then look,
for that matter, hear me out.
Support what you're saying,
and then what happens? You in the motherfucking cell, you know what I'm saying? You on Rikers Island, right?
Saying, damn.
In a system that don't rehabilitate you really, right? It's just a fucking warehouse, and then you get out, and what do? Back to the same thing.
Some people,
back to the same thing. You know why?
That's
because you didn't take the opportunity
when you was away,
or whatever the fuck, right? Give yourself a chance to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Or grow up and be a fucking man. So you stripping yourself of going beyond the plate. So
let me ask you something. So like, where can they find, or how can they get in contact with Beyond the Plate?
Beyond the Plate.
How can they contact?
When I'm gonna start posting, I'm gonna start posting little, because I'm a funny guy. I like to do little comedian type stunts and shit like that. Kind of, I like to have fun. Because things aren't that severe. The economy's not that bad, and and so I like to shed joy, man. I like people to laugh and stuff like that. But this, for me, this right here, Beyond the Plate, whether this turns out to be a YouTube channel or a vlog thing, but it's more so going to be, I think, YouTube, and then maybe I'll create a vlog. But it's sort of because I did open up an Instagram and a Facebook, which I just retouched on, because I had established my Facebook page maybe in 2011
So how can we,
or 2007.
but we're talking about Beyond the Plate. How can we get in contact with,
but I haven't been active on it because I've just been dealing with life and just, trying to do what I have to do for myself. But Beyond the Plate, definitely YouTube, Beyond the Plate. Simple as that.
what, Beyond the Plate, what on
Beyond
YouTube?
the Plate on YouTube.
Just Beyond the Plate.
Beyond the Plate.
One word, or is there any spaces in between?
No. On Instagram is Beyond underscore the underscore plate 19. That's how that's set up on Instagram. And then Facebook, my name is Daniel Mojica. You could look it up. It's just a common Facebook page or whatever. I'm not sure.
What about Twitter? Are you on Twitter?
No, I'm not on
Or
Twitter.
any other social media outlets?
No, that's the extent of it. And this is something, maybe eventually I'll start venturing off, but you see that I've been so far removed from the social media that I have to kind of like re-educate myself about it and relearn, just not even, just
You
common
gotta
little
take your time
practices
with it,
and,
of course.
learning how to work that. It's a process. And then, time is another issue because, I try to maximize the time that I have to do things that's going to be productive. But I definitely, I have the Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah.
But
No, because
social
social media.
That's where they can find me.
Yeah, because social media is a big platform.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful. I think it's a beautiful thing. When listen, black man, and I know you can relate to this. When the internet, because the internet wasn't the internet like when we got out.
Back in the 90s.
When we got out, there was no internet.
No, there was no
man.
internet. It
There
wasn't the
wasn't
cell
no
phone. No, the
internet.
cell phones just started coming out.
And you know what's crazy though?
What year you came home?
I came home in 2007.
Oh, you came home. So you was home 2000. What month?
I think like April.
Okay, so
Because
I
I
came home
remember-
January 2009. So you was home 2 years before me.
Right. Because I remember, it was 2007 because I remember that it was in April because March I went to the parole board and because I had I did
You caught any out of place tickets while you was up north?
No, yeah, I did.
You was out of place?
Hold on, no. Give me a second.
I wonder if you was out of place, black man. Where you was out of place at? You was in the gym when you was supposed to be in the mess hall?
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym? Nah, listen. Nah. So I went to the board in March of 2007, and it got postponed because...
Oh, you caught a direct order.
Are you listening?
You caught a direct order?
Stop cutting me off.
That's 106.10.
Stop cutting me off. Listen, when I went in March...
You caught a direct order.
Yo, listen.
Crackers was crazy. Get a nigga out of place.
Yo,
what
listen.
you talking about? I'm out of place.
Yo,
Man.
listen.
I'm in front of the lieutenant. Yo, trying to beat the ticket because I don't get 30 days.
Yo, listen.
Fuck out here.
Listen, because this is real talk though. When I went in 2000. It was 2007, but I went to the board in March. This was like my fourth appearance.
What?
My third or my fourth appearance.
After doing 9?
Right. So I did 9. I got hit with
2.
2. 10, 11. Hit with 2 again.
13.
Another 2.
15.
Another 2.
17?
And now I'm back to the board.
Oh,
right.
shit.
So I got hit 4. Right.
I got hit 4 times too or some
So
shit.
check it
Oh,
out.
that was during Pataki era.
Exactly. And you know that back then Pataki had that unwritten rule to end parole for violent felony offenders.
Yeah, that's right.
But hold on.
Before we even got out.
Right, but check this out. What's crazy, so at that time, this guy was coming up from the roots. I don't remember, man. And
What you mean the roots?
Oh, hear me out. And
The hip hop people? Or?
No.
Oh.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Black man.
Hear me out.
I gotta understand what you're saying.
But if you give me an opportunity, I'm gonna let him know. So
act like you know
this guy was coming. I don't know where he came from or what inspired this guy, but he took on the Department of Parole. He was an attorney, and he saw that a lot of us with violent felonies,
felons.
a lot of us who were violent felony offenders or who were convicted of a violent crime were not being released on parole because of Pataki. You know, this was to Pataki's reign right now. You know,
because he was governor like 3 years, right? I mean, 3 terms, some shit like that.
Right. So, every time I would go, they give me 2 for the nature of the crime.
Yeah.
And you know that ain't never gonna change.
Yep,
right?
Same with me. Yep.
So they always will have a reason to keep me in. And then I had life on the back.
You had life on the back.
So that shit could have been for forever.
Even right now.
Right. It could have.
Damn.
Right. However, check this out. So this attorney came about. I forget his name, but he started a class action suit against the Department of Parole.
Yeah.
About, you know, regarding the non-written rule that Governor Pataki had put in place. Because, when they would release, you remember, when they would release a violent felony offender, that commissioner was removed from the panel. He wouldn't be there anymore.
That.
Yeah. They would remove him from the panel.
But they're all commissioners, though.
Right, but they're under Governor Pataki.
Yeah.
So in some instances where motherfuckers were going to the board and they would release them and they had a violent felony offender, nigga, that person wouldn't be on the panel. They wouldn't be on the panel anymore.
Oh, if they release that person?
They would remove him, because they went against his will.
Oh, I follow what you're saying now.
And that unwritten rule to end violence.
Yeah, I follow what you're saying now.
Right, but then this guy came about, boom, and I reached out to him, and I sent him my paperwork. I said, listen, I've been incarcerated since the age of 14. This is the time that I've served. I've been hit at the board, numerous times already. The nature of the crime is not going to change, and that was right up his alley. He included me in that.
You got paid for that shit, man?
No, you don't get. No, nobody got paid for it.
Oh, you said a class action?
Yeah, it was a class action suit, right? But against because of that
monetary
policy, no, it wasn't for monetary gain. It was just for because this, like I said, he just had a thing where he didn't want no violent felonies, felony offenders to be released.
But you know why,
so
right?
hear me out. So I went to the board in March, right?
2017.
And when you go, state your name, Daniel Mojica, your ID, 95A1710, because remember, I started off.
You believe it 95?
No, I transferred to corrections at 95.
Oh, shit, so you was in before that in DFY.
I was in DFY.
So you skipped all that.
So my number is 95A1710.
See, I didn't know you and all that shit when you was in DFY.
Right, no. So check it. So, you go in there, you give them your spiel, you identify yourself or whatever, and then pretty much one of the first questions that they ask you is, do you have any appeals pending? And I told them, I said, right now I'm involved in a class action suit, and they said, well, being that, that's being dealt with now, and I think they had a hearing that month, I think, or maybe in the previous one, or whatever. They said, well, would you want to continue with the proceeding, or do you want to postpone? I said, I'll postpone. They said, all right, so they scheduled me for the next month. And by then, that class action suit was hot, nigga. Fucking, everybody was like,
what?
Yeah, it was crazy. And then,
so it was a good thing that you postponed
you motherfucking right. And then when I went back, I swear to God, it was almost as if I didn't even have to talk.
What?
They would be like, oh, Mr. Mojica, we see you have a disciplinary, some disciplinary infractions or whatever. And I swear to God, and I'll be like, yes, I understand, I haven't been perfect. And the other commissioner will cut me off and he'll be like, well, considering the time he's been together, he's been incarcerated, that's actually not bad. You know what I'm saying? He was, and I swear to God, and I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm out of here.
Wow, that's crazy.
Out, a feeling that I never felt before. But however.
But it was different than the other times.
However,
It was different from the other times, right?
right, and by that time, Elliot Spitzer was in office.
So he was the what? Oh, he was the governor.
Elliot Spitzer.
So
took
yeah,
over.
because Cuomo,
Spitaki,
he was going
and then,
out,
and then Spitzer was coming in.
Yeah, Spitzer was,
and
then
that nigga, yo,
he was a Republican.
He opened up the floodgates.
So Elliot opened up the floodgates.
Shout out to Elliot Spitzer.
Get out. He was a creep though.
Yeah,
because he got caught up in some scandal with the sexual
prostitutes,
shit. Yeah, with prostitutes.
Yeah,
with the mask and all that type
I don't
of
give
shit.
a fuck what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm saying with the mask, he was number 7 or some shit, or number 8 or 9 or some shit like that.
But yeah, so that's how.
Get out.
Yeah.
But that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
See, I got caught up in the Pataki era.
Yeah.
Because I was saying I got convicted, even though I got convicted for a robbery. I just got caught up when Cuomo was going out, Pataki was coming in. But when I was in Fishkill,
right.
I don't know if you remember this kid, Blaze. His name was Blaze.
Sound familiar,
but you know what I'm saying, we was in the mess hall, right? Mm-hmm. When I was, because this when they closed Taipan. Mm-hmm. I think from there I went to Fishkill, yeah. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, when they closed Taipan, you know what I'm saying, people went to different places. I went to Fishkill. Right. I met this kid named Blaze, right? We was in the mess hall. He got paroled. He was the one that was a bouncer. Okay. That they said he walked the girl home, some white girl, and killed her, raped her, killed her, some shit like that. Remember that shit? He was in the paper and all that shit, right? So he did that shit. Right. But by this time, I think Pataki was in office. So that's when he said, you know, with all that state of address and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? You know when you speak to the whole state about what he's going to do for the state. That's when he was in parole for violent felony offenders. See, I got caught up in that. Right. When that kid went home and killed that lady. Right. Blaze. He went home and killed that lady.
And all that shit trickles down here.
Yeah, and all that shit trickled down here. And then we felt
the impact of all of these
exactly,
of motherfuckers doing
stupid shit, getting paroled.
But we got hit for it because and then it's like, okay, we keep letting these people out. And they commit the same crimes or other crimes, more heinous crimes. So what we have here, we're gonna keep it here. Yeah, we're gonna keep it on lock.
So that's when the 85% of your time came into place.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I got caught up in that shit, man. I maxed out. No, I CR'd off of that shit, man.
Oh, so that was another bid. That was
that was a whole bid. I've been locked up twice. But I've been
like, man.
No, listen. I've been locked up like for drugs, money.
No, I'm talking about doing bids though.
Nah, I did 1 and 3 for an assault. Yeah. Right? And then I did 8 and 30, 25 for the robbery. Yeah. And that was it. But total was 18 years. Okay. So that's why I said I did 18 years. Total, that's why I said total was 18 years.
It was between the two.
Yeah. That's why I said it was 18 years. But
yeah, mine was straight.
Yeah,
yo,
mine was
straight. You know what's
crazy
though? Check this out, yo. How society has, you know, when you take somebody out of an environment, right? Just extract them out of an environment, and then years go by, right? And so you're not there to witness the evolution of that society and what's going on, right? Yo, so let me tell you. So I get locked up 90. I didn't see the city, touch the city, nothing until like 2000, 2001. When my father passed away and I came down to the funeral, yo, I was like, there's females driving? Females drive? Females have cars now?
Yeah.
I was like, you telling me you can, like, anybody can rock a chain outside in society now? Because back then, you know, we were around, niggas, they take that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, especially in a Dominican household, the female majority, I could say 99 to 100% of the females in my household, they wasn't driving. Yeah. They didn't have no car. Yeah. They wasn't going out how they went and how they wanted to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's just and I thought it would be a cultural thing, and it probably is in some aspects, but it was crazy.
You got females driving
cars. So in 2000 or 2001, when I came down for my father's funeral, I saw all of these things, you know. But excuse me. But another thing that I did was, while I was incarcerated, you know, I would always I would always stay abreast, you know, on the news, current events, what's going on. So, yo, because I was a miserable motherfucker when I was locked up, black man. I don't know if you knew. Listen, this is what's crazy, yo. Nah, this is real. This is real, and you know what? This is important. What I'm about to say, very important. And you know what? I didn't understand it until I really thought about it, black
What?
man. I understand now that I was an angry individual. I mean, I was humble, you know, I stood to myself, I did my thing, I worked out or whatever, but I was angry, black man.
You didn't want to be
I
bothered with
hated
nothing.
to wake up there every fucking day. I had a fucking
But that's after how many
problem
years of being incarcerated? Though?
since day one till the last day.
I mean, but you know,
Since
whatever it
day
is
one-
that you did, but
Until the final day. But hear me out. Hear me out. No. I accepted the fact that I was doing time.
yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
didn't-
Because I had to accept
But what
that
I didn't
fact.
accept and what I didn't conform to was the prison structure and the prison mentality.
No,
I
me
wasn't.
neither, yeah.
I wasn't gonna become a product of that institution.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Give me an example.
And I hate.
Give me an example.
You wake up in the morning. What happens?
What you mean wake up in the morning?
What's the first thing you're gonna do after you brush your teeth? Whether you and your son or your
Go to program.
child
Child.
program,
Yeah.
rec, law library, every day,
Yeah.
day in and day out,
Mm-hmm.
365 for 17 years, my nigga. I would have, man, through the grace of
You
God,
made it through. Shit.
through, I mean, my own
I
sheer
made it through
willpower.
shit.
And it has to, you know what? Let me tell you something, black man. And this is what I was getting at. I was angry. I was miserable. A lot of times I wanted to just lash out against any and everything, but I contained myself because I always had a grasp on my hope and my belief that something will change. At some point, something's going to change, and I'm going to take full fucking advantage. I'm taking that. I'm taking it.
I never saw none of that
Don't
with
hear
you,
me
man.
out.
I
Don't
never
give
saw
me.
none
Hear
of
me
that
out.
with you.
Hear me out. Don't give me nothing. Don't give me nothing. You don't have to give me nothing. Just put me out there.
You know what I did seeing you though?
Just put me out there, and I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
And you know what? And hold on. And you know what? Hold on. And I'm.
Let me tell you
this
something.
is when I started realizing all of this, black man. Because remember,
nigga,
when we met,
bro.
listen. When we
Nigga,
met,
you
listen
was-
to what I'm saying. When we met, I had a good number of years already locked up. Remember,
your
because I
belt.
was in DFY.
Yeah, same thing
Right.
with me.
So
Yeah.
check it out. So a lot of people I contain all of that. You know what I'm saying? But that was my fuel. Black man, the shit that we was doing when we linked up and we was going to the gym, black man, that didn't come from my physical aesthetics, black man. Because there was niggas that was way bigger than us, way bigger than me. But they wasn't working as hard as me. They wasn't lifting as much as me. Because it was here. It was here. That frustration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
But
that
you know what I
frustration,
noticed? Yeah.
that pain.
See, but